Hello and happy Mother's Day or unhappy Mother's Day, however you want to put it. This is Edna White. I am your life coach, your author, and trauma advocate. I just wanted to talk to you today because I was feeling really undecisive or anxious, and I think it started last night. And I was feeling very melancholy, like really wanting to speak to my old friends and sincerest friends, because I was feeling a little down, and blue. However, I was able to like get through that. But this day, this very day here, Mother's Day, has me in a different place this year, and has me with the thoughts of, you know, how everyone is really doing, and having the conversation that if Mother's Day isn't so happy. Um, Today, I'm not celebrating. I'm surviving, reflecting, breathing through some truths. Maybe you're doing the same thing. So if you're watching this and feeling heavy, conflicted, and unseen today, you're in the right place. What if a celebration is complicated? Like Happy Mother's Day, you know? Is it something that we just say to people when we see them, we assume that they have children, or maybe they don't have children, or maybe they're not, maybe they lost custody of their parents because they just see a woman, so they automatically say Happy Mother's Day? Yeah, it's a thought because we often say, hello, how you doing, right? And we don't wait around for the answer. We don't wait around for the people to give us an answer that we want to hear. But here's something I wanted to tell you, that the things that we don't talk about with is that Mother's Day may not be a happy moment. It may not, your childhood may not have been good. So I think it takes a little bit of concern and understanding that every person that you see, or every woman, let me just say that, every woman that you see may not be happy about Mother's Day. May not be. Maybe we have to rethink, should we be saying it in the first place? Because maybe it's hollow. This morning, when I got up, I, kind of reached out to a couple of my friends, and then I had to call my mother, right? And if you guys know me, and you know me, with my mom, when I called her, I really didn't really um, like to say that. Like, I felt like when I said this, when I said Happy Mother's Day to her, that it was hollow, and it really wasn't happy because she did not protect me or keep me safe. So what was I doing? Was I just doing it because everybody else did it? And then I started thinking, and I reached out to a couple of, I went on Facebook and kind of posted out about to see how people really felt. And being a survivor, things are not great. They're not great. Um, Maybe it was traumatic abuse, and the truth, right, of being happy as a mother really doesn't make any sense, right? It's a place that you wrestle with, and you're the truth is not there, right? And maybe it's just the thought of maybe the mother or me or any woman that has children, they just don't feel up to par about it. As a mother of three kids, I carry my own grief. I struggle with the fact that my sons struggle without having their dad present in their lives. And now they're older. One's 43, the other's 35. And they struggle, in manhood. Like, learning to be a man and learning to, be there for their children, learning to communicate, learning to be the protector in their families. They struggle. Yeah, I did my best, but there's some things I can't do. Um, and some days that weighs on me a lot, and it finds me, and especially around Mother's Day. So Mother's Day for some people are not always flowers and bunches of candy. Sometimes it's loss. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's survival. You know, we don't talk about that. We don't hear enough from the mothers who feel the guilt, from the daughters whose hearts are broken, from women in general grieving the loss of having a real mother, right? And not being raised by a mother. We don't, you know, we don't talk about that part of Mother's Day, even Father's Day, but I'm just talking about Mother's Day today. We need to have space for truth, not just happy stories, you know, not just happy stories. If today was hard for you, if you were a mother or a daughter or even a son, if today was really hard, you know, drop a little, comment in the section for me because I know that I'm not alone in this. In starting that conversation with those other women on Facebook, it really sparked the fact that I'm not alone and women do feel this anxiety around it because there may be some orders that maybe they passed away, their mother passed away, and maybe they just walked away. Maybe they weren't in their lives. Maybe there was some trauma around all of that. But we don't talk about it. There's a silence about always being happy. It's Mother's Day, but every day is Mother's Day. And and maybe personifying happiness pushes all the other mothers. Maybe they were going through something, or maybe even the children themselves, like myself. Maybe I need to, you know, it bothers me, and you struggle with the anxiety. And it's hard to kind of like configure and have that compassion that you really want. But we need to like talk about, you know, um, the different issues that Mother's Day brings about. Father's Day, but I'm just really talking about Mother's Day today. I'm talking about, all of the feelings that really go along with, this Mother's Day. Things that we have not talked about, that we refuse to talk about sometimes, especially around anxiety, that maybe your mother wasn't the best mother. And we're still saying Happy Mother's Day. Or maybe you're still being abused and they're not taking accountability, right? For what they've done. Maybe there was no apologies. Maybe there's not even some, it's chaos around motherhood with the children and the mother still. But to say Happy Mother's Day, you know, can bring, others to anxiety, to trouble, to, hurt and pain. So we have to be really conscious of that, and I always tell my children, I not that I was religious or anything about holidays. I said we have to rethink holidays and customs because, the thoughts of like, different customs, we got to rethink them. Where do they come from? Know where they come from, and then think about that. Why? Why do we pick one day to acknowledge somebody's, is a mother? And it may be at the time in their lives that, yeah, they kind of straightened out, but the good part where I was supposed to be safe, where I was supposed to be acknowledged, where I was supposed to be taken care of, my mother wasn't, she wasn't there. She's was oblivious, sold me out, didn't keep me safe, didn't care about me. So how do I reconcile that? How do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile the fact that your mother is not there for you, whether it be emotionally, supportive to your career, supportive to your life, to supportive to your lifestyle, supportive to, maybe you getting married or not getting married, being supportive. Where is your mom in that? Is this day bringing you anxiety? Because I know today it was for me. I didn't want to hear anyone really say Happy Mother's Day to me. Honestly, I didn't. Because I was like, where were you when I was going through? That's how I feel. But that was me, my feeling today. And I'm going to say this. We gravitate to these customs that people kind of put out there, but we really don't consider people's feelings. Even with the words happy birthday. It's pretty personal, right? I'm gonna tell you something here, and I want you to listen to this. I was out. It was me and a couple of my friends. We went to Georgia. That's where we went, Atlanta, Georgia. So walking, and it was very hot that day. It was in July. It was steaming hot, roasting. There was no trees. If you know Atlanta, Georgia, there was no trees, no nothing. Right? We're walking, and so one of my friends, she had a big sized belly. She wasn't a fat one, but she was very thin, but she had a big belly, right? So a man walks up, oh, when is your baby due? We're talking, and then they say, oh, when is your baby due? That's how Happy Mother's Day and Happy Birthday, if you don't know the person, can affect someone. She was devastated. She was like, I'm not having a baby. I'm 54 years old. I don't want to. But because it looked like, right? And this is the same concept I'm telling you Mother's Day. Because you're a woman, you think that when saying Happy Mother's Day right out of your mouth, you don't know if they have children because you don't know them, right? You don't know if it was a good experience. They may have lost their child. You may trigger something in them. So those type of things, saying those type of things are very personal and it's complicated. It goes along with being responsible to know that person. Salutations like that are very, very, very personal. It's like saying, like I said in the beginning, saying hello, how are you, and not waiting for the response. And then responding and saying, oh, that's good that you're feeling good today. We always say, hey, how you doing? And walk away. But we don't wait for the answer. We don't ever wait for the answer. We always want to, you know, we're saying stuff, but we're not saying anything with substance. That's what I'm saying. So Happy Mother's Day is probably one of the most insensitive to many. And I'm not saying be politically correct. What I'm saying is be compassionately correct. That's what I'm saying. Salutations like that are personal. So unless you know that person's life and know what's going on with them, saying happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day sometimes can be a trigger, And we all go through things. One of my friends, close friends, her mom just passed away. Do you think I said happy Mother's Day? All I said is, how can I support you today? I love you. That's all I said. I didn't say happy Mother's Day. So why am I telling you this? Is I'm telling you that we may not speak about these things, right? We may not speak, women may not speak about the things the grief and the loss of a mother, or even the loss of, we thought that we had a good mother, or that our mother didn't keep us safe. And we grieve that every time these type of customs come along, right? All I'm saying, we're all human. And with just a little compassion, we can probably read that person. We don't have to say what everybody else says or does, but we do have to be conscious that someone may be, loving and the loss, maybe loving someone that is has passed, just recently passed, or loving the thought of a person that they thought their mother was, that what they were to them, So just understand that. And women out there who are don't have a happy Mother's Day, that don't have a happy Mother's Day, just let you know that you're not weak for feeling this way. So don't feel like that, because I don't feel like I'm weak. I feel like I get stronger because I'm human. I'm human. And we can love, we can grieve, and we can feel broken all at once. But that doesn't make us bad daughters, mothers, and people. It makes us human and feeling and compassionate, you know. So I hope that you got something from what I said today. And for all those women for Mother's Day, the things that you did not say, I'm with you. I hear you. I'm there right now. Show up in your heart. Show up in your heart. Speak about those things so they don't consume you. So they don't overtake you. Feel them, and it's okay to feel them. Bye for now.